Solve this compound inequality for t. Write the answer in set builder notation and graph the solution set on the number line. Well, first things first, we need to solve each one of these inequalities for t. So our first step will be solving our first inequality for t. Our first inequality is 74 minus 0.8t is less than 10. To solve for t, we need to first subtract 74 from both sides. When we do this, we get negative 0.8t is less than negative 64. Now to get t by itself, we have to divide by this negative 0.8. When we do that, we get t on the left and 80 on the right. But what about our inequality symbol? Well, we just divided by a negative number, and we're dealing with inequalities, so you know what that means. We have to flip the direction of our inequality symbol. Now we've solved our first inequality for t. Step number 2 is just doing the exact same thing, but solving the second inequality for t. When we do that, we have to do the same thing. Take this 6 and subtract it from both sides. We get negative 5t is greater than or equal to negative 525. Remember to bring down your and since this is a compound inequality. Now, we need to divide both sides by negative 5. When we do this, we get t on the left and 105 on the right. What about our inequality symbol? Well, we divided by a negative number, and we're dealing with inequalities, so we flip the direction of our inequality symbol. Bring down your and again, and we now have our answer for our compound inequality. Our third step, then, is to write this solution in set builder notation. So, we want to open up our set and write t such that, and then write our answer. So we have t is greater than 80 and t is less than or equal to 105. Great! Now we have our answer in set builder notation. The last thing we needed to do was to graph our solution. First, let's graph each one of our inequalities. So we set up our number line. Let's just mark 80 and 105, since those are the two numbers that we're dealing with. Let's graph this first inequality. T is greater than 80. Greater than. That means we have an open circle at 80. Now for the arrow. T is greater than 80. So T is anything that's bigger than 80. We have a right pointing arrow. Now for the other inequality. T is less than or equal to 105. Well, at 105, we have a less than or equal to. So we have a closed circle. And t is less than or equal to, so we have a left pointing arrow. Last step. All we need to do is combine these graphs together. Since we have an and compound inequality, we need to graph the intersection of both of our inequalities. In this case, we want to graph anything that is shaded twice. We notice that anything between 80 and 105 is shaded twice, so that's the intersection. We have an open circle at 80, a closed circle at 105, and a shade in between the two to represent the intersection. Now we have our answer in set notation and graphed on a number line.